morning, everybody. Old Guy Jammin' is here. You're there, and this is Remy, my kid's bird. That was a sick little jam with this Black Star head. Interesting amplifier. Of course, all amplifiers do pretty much the same thing. They just do it all a little bit differently. But I do have some love for the Black Star, and I've had a couple, and I'm just kind of looking for the right one. I've had the HT5, which is a great little amp. I just prefer the Marshall. And I had the big one, the HT50 MK2, and it was great, but it was just too big, and the boost was too much in volume, too much of a volume jump. There was just some things about it I didn't care for, and it was just huge too. And but this HT20, just a ton of fun, and it might even sound better at low volume than it does really cranked up. I know people have issues with Black Star. But one commenter a while ago said, talking to those of you that complain about there being some sort of solid state circuitry in the Black Star power amp or the amplification stages, they use some clipping diodes or a transistor somewhere to help with their distortion. He said, what's the difference in that and putting a digital pedal in your signal chain somewhere? Man, I can't tell any day. I think that's really straightforward logic. Anyway, I dig the Black Stars, and this is the thing I bid on. Oh, I didn't bid on it, but I made an offer on Reverb, and it was $3.50, and the dude accepted it. So I was like, wow. Well, I guess I got to get it because it was a very good price, and I'm having a ton of fun with it. All right, so today we got Vendor of the Year award. Vendor of the Year award, then we'll get to Guitar Center, then Eyeglass World, and then my favorite things that I've picked up this year. 3 pedals that I really dig, and the 2 guitars that were just incredible finds. So bear with me. All right, Adam out at Black Cat Music in West Virginia. Black Cat Music. This guy, I bought a guitar from him on Reverb, and then just for giggles, I had been trying to get a little whammy bar for my vintage guitar right down there, the little whammy bar. I bought this from somebody, but it came with a bar that wasn't correct, so it never really fit right. It wasn't that friction fit. Didn't fit good. So since Adam was a dealer, I decided to put him to the test. I had already put several vintage dealers to the test, as well as trying to get a hold of the company. I have a local one here, but it's about 3 hours away, and I had been to that store, and I called them back. And I would have been willing to do more business with them if they were able to provide a simple whammy bar for my vintage guitar. Simple enough, I thought. I'm happy to pay for it. I'll pay for shipping, but I'd like the right piece of equipment for the vintage series guitar. Anyway, I had been through 3 or 4 dealers, and they all promised to call back, and they were on it, and blah, 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 blah. Never happened. Then Adam, I got in touch with Adam, and he sent me an email right back. I'll be in touch with my rep, and we'll have that drop shipped to your house. I thought, wow, that's great. So we'll see if it comes through. And sure enough, about a week later, in the mail is the correct whammy bar for my guitar. And that kind of customer service, I think, is just awesome. So I went ahead, as a token of appreciation, and bought a slightly overpriced guitar strap from Adam over at Black Cat Music. But I really want to encourage you to reach out to small business people, especially during this time. And I want to definitely highlight anybody with that kind of customer service where they keep in touch with you, follow up, and do what they say they're going to do. So right there, Black Cat Music, right there in Berkley Springs, West Virginia. Thank you very much, Adam. All right, as you know, Guitar Center has filed again for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. However, it's my understanding that they're not going away. They're going to be back. As I understand it, they are about $1 billion in debt. How would you like to be $1 billion in debt and try to make that back by selling music gear in this day and age? Anyway, they're going to close some of their worst performing stores and then restructure their debt and they figure they'll be able to pay back about $800 million by closing some stores and restructuring what they have, which will leave them about $200 million in debt. Now, just try to imagine having to sell enough music gear these days to recoup $200 million. Doesn't seem like it's going to pan out. There are so many guitar makers out there, and there's so many really inexpensive options when it comes to guitars and amps, and I know it's hard to pay more than you feel like you should, but what you're getting at the Guitar Center experience is someone to talk to. You get the opportunity to go into a store that heavily stocks music gear. You can try stuff for free, try different amps, try guitars all day long if you like, and that is something that I think is extremely valuable rather than having to buy stuff sight unseen or without ever laying hands on it. To me, that's really worthwhile. So I'm just encouraging everybody to do what you can to maybe even sometimes pay a little bit more, but for crying out loud, support Guitar Center in your local area. I know there's a lot of hate for them, but there's also a lot of love for them. I was on the Sweetwater bandwagon for a while and realized that my personal sales engineer wasn't very personal anyway. I can call somebody at Guitar Center, and I'm usually almost always get 15% off whatever it is I want to buy. Plus, and that's with a phone call, and just do that instead of going into the store. And you can even talk to the managers at the store. Get to know them, get to know their name, ask for them, and see if they'll work with you. They want to sell stuff as much as you want to buy it. But when I call for the phone-only deals, I almost always get 15% off. Sometimes I've even gotten more. And then also, they send you this stuff. $30 worth of gear rewards right there that I don't even have to spend till February of next year. So it's a good deal. And I know you want to save money, but there's cheap stuff versus expensive stuff. I think the adage is true that you get what you pay for. Amazon's got all those Amazon Pedals Basics, Amazon Basics. And while they're probably great for the hobbyist, I have had some cheap equipment in and out of my space, and I really do end up valuing and appreciating the quality stuff more than the cheap stuff. There's always just seems to be some added noise, switching issues, durability issues, form and function fit with cheaperly made things. So, take it to heart, put it in your brain, think about it. If you can, when you can, support Guitar Center. All right, next, Eyeglass World. Well, this was an interesting trip, and I think I left my papers in the other room. These are my new glasses because I went in thinking I could get 2 great pairs of glasses for the price of one. What a deal, right? Who wouldn't want that? Well, let's talk about that deal. I got to go get my glasses, though, so I'll be right back. All right. Did I say I had to go get my glasses? I meant I had to go get my glasses paperwork. Oh, and by the way, if anybody wants to be buying a bird in your house, what you can count on is a bunch of that. I just got sharted on by the bird, and it leaves feathers all over. But the poop's not that bad. It dries, and then you flick it off, and it's like it's not even there. And that probably happened during the video. I'll have to play it back. And it's all over your house. So you must love your daughters dearly. Anybody that has birds, my hat goes off to you. All right, so I went in thinking Eyeglass World was the savior to those of us who have to every 2 years or so go see the eye doctor and pay $300 out of pocket for a $600 pair of glasses because that's what they bill the insurance for. And I thought, what a racket. The frames are made overseas. The polycarbonate lenses or plastic are just blanks that are put into a machine. A technician punches some numbers. The machine does the work. They slip them in. Really? $600? What a racket it's got to be. Anyway, you're paying for somebody's education, and that's fine. What's even more important is I can see. Without glasses, I really struggle, but don't care to work them. Anyway, don't care to have to wear them. I went into Eyeglass World thinking this was going to be great. Guys talking to me about price, and I'm thinking, you know what, dude, no matter what happens, I'm going to be so much better off here than I would have been at my doctor. I don't care. Throw that on, throw that on, throw that on. Anyway, we get to pricing, and my per pair price comes up to $630. Well, but I get a second one free, but I'm still paying $630. that includes $130 off for insurance. I said, and throughout this process, I'm saying, well, wait. The sign outside says 179 bucks, 2 pairs, 1 price. And that's because, well, the lenses, the frames, the more attractive frames are priced higher. If you want the good deal, you have to get basic plastic lenses. Well, plastic lenses are going to be scratched within a month or so of use, so you don't want that. So you do want to go with polycarbonate, which I wanted to do. So that added another 120 bucks to my bill. Well, I do need a dual prescription. If you're just getting one prescription for distance or so, then that's included. That's free. But if you're just getting close. But if you're just getting close, you'd go to the dollar store and get a pair of readers. Anyway, if you have to have two, both correction for distance and close, like almost anybody would, then that's another extra, 180 bucks extra. Anyway, as this goes up and up and up, I end up with a bill of 630 bucks. And I'm talking to dude and say, well, don't you think that's a little misleading? And he assured me, no, it isn't, because if you just get the plastic lens, which is also about this thick, and so your frame selection goes down to about 10. You get to pick from frames that are in this box over here, because the plastic lenses are thicker, and they only work with that few number of frames. So, and I should have known. It's on my own naivety that is, hitting me in the face. It's got under my skin. But anyway, long story short, 630 bucks for 2 pair of glasses. So I have to say I'm leaving. He says, well, how's that sound? I said, it doesn't sound good at all. I'm out of here. He says, well, wait. So let me just see. Well, let's see what we can do for you for a single pair price, single glasses price. We'll just get you these and see what we can do. I say, all right, well, sounds good. So he's working away, and I'm thinking, this ought to be interesting, because he's going to quote me price for a single pair of glasses. So he comes back with $305, which is what I typically pay at the obstetrician anyway. So he says, how's that sound? I said, well, that's pretty good. I'm here already. We've gone through the deal. I do like the frames. The lenses are good. And that's typically what I pay. So let's just go ahead and do it. And then I say, well, since this is my single pair price, can I now have the other pair of sunglasses for free? Since your sign outside says 2 pairs for the price of 1. And he says, well, no, it doesn't work that way. And just for one more time, I said, but this is the single pair price. Why can't I now just take the second pair for free? Because that's what it says, 2 for the price of 1. Well, if my single pair price went from over 600 down to 300, you see what I'm saying? If a single pair price was 300, I ought to be able to go ahead and just grab the second pair for free. Anyway, apparently it doesn't work that way. And I was just hoping, but just another racket to me. Sure nice of you to be here and let me vent. All right, let's get to some gear awards. Hey, also, this cardboard stand, is turning out to be incredibly stout. This thing's going to last forever. Very useful, lightweight, very secure. The guitar is very secure in it. Highly recommend you check out this video. I'm really happy with it. It's as solid as anything, and it was recycled cardboard. Now, is it as cool as this one? This was made for me, given to me by a student that I really appreciate, a former student, Justin Walters of Justin Walters Guitar, if you want to look him up. And this is really pretty, and I would never get rid of it. Sentimental value, just gorgeously made. And this will cost you quite a bit if you want to buy one of those. But the cardboard one was free, and I can tell you after putting a guitar in it, I would put any of my guitars in it. It works great. So check out that video. All right. Now, off to the new pedal buys of the year that I thought were just really incredible. Brownie from Cmatmods. This is made by a guy named Chad. Look him up. Cmatmods. He's got 10 or 15 pedals, I think, on his site. It just fits in anywhere you want to use it. It's not quite like an OCD. It's a little more fizzy than an OCD, but it's definitely not a fuzz pedal. But anywhere from a lot of gain to a light gain, clean boost, boost a lead. Works great with single coils as well as double coils. Really like this pedal. It just kind of fits in wherever you want to use it. It works. It works. It stacks well with other pedals as well. So that's one. The other surprise of the year was the Tumnus by Wampler. And this was a surprise because I don't see this come up in the top 10 overdrives list very often. You know, when you're looking for a new overdrive or a new pedal, you look up top 10 compressors or top 10 overdrives, whatever, and you get 4, 5, 6 hits, and you look through them. Anything that shows up regularly in anybody's list is probably a really good pedal. If lots of people like this one, it's probably worth picking up. But I didn't see this showing up regularly. But a commenter on this channel said, because I was talking about how much I love the soul food, and a commenter said, you know what you got to check out is the Wampler, because it's very much like the soul food, but it has the 3-band EQ, which is my only complaint about the soul food, is it just has the one tone. And so thank you, commenter, I appreciate it. And I picked this up, love it. Works in lots of different places. It has a normal and hot mode, 3-band EQ, level gain, quiet, stacks well, pushes well, very nice and transparent, more transparent than the soul food. All right, so check that guy out. And it's old enough you can get it used for fairly cheap. Pedal number 3 that I just picked up this year that I'm super excited about is none other than the ProCo Rat. All right, been around for 20 plus years. Maybe not the ProCo, but the Rat has been around forever, and it's super useful pedal. I like it with less distortion. It works great. It has a nice bluesy character to it if you turn the distortion way down. It works well as a clean boost if you want to punch it amp in the face and boost a lead tone. It also, of course, does the 80s metal distortion, not 80s metal, but 80s distortion really well. All sorts of mods you can do with this pedal as well. I don't care to get into the mods. This works great, and they're affordable. $50, built like a tank, and it's surprisingly good. Tons of fun. All right. Next is my Godin guitar. Walked into, this is just a beautiful guitar. I went down to Sacramento, 4 months ago probably, and because I wanted to get a P90 pickup guitar, and I went in specifically to play the Chapman. Now, I've gotten a lot of grief for not liking Chapman guitars, but a lot of people misunderstood what I was talking about. I wanted something unique. I like Chappers. I think he's a great guy, but his shenanigans of the last few years I didn't appreciate. But I'm not a hater. I'm always willing to buy stuff if it's good, just like the Fender Supersonic back there. I don't really care for Fender so much, but when you find something that's good, swallow your pride and grab it. Anyway, I went to Sac to play that orange F-Hold P90 by Chappers, and they had one down there. And I picked it up, I had to tune it, and I started playing it, and I had to tune it again. Started playing it, and I had to tune it again. Wouldn't stay in tune. And the tones from the P90s, well, were just really not that exceptional. It didn't sing back to me, which is what I talk to kids about when they're looking for a guitar. Play lots of guitars. You'll find one that motivates you, that wants to play, that sings back to you. And I was getting ready to leave, so I played this guitar for a while, 20 or 30 minutes, just fighting it, and it just didn't do anything for me. The Chapman guitar, pretty guitar, but it didn't do anything for me. So then I'm leaving on my way out, and I look over in the used section, and I see this. It had some busted knobs. It's missing a knob, but it's not supposed to be there because it's wired up to just have one volume and 2 tones, I found out after getting into it. P90s, mahogany maple, and just beautifully made. Very interesting texture. Set neck. comfort cut, belly cut, comfort cut on the back, recessed electronics cover, recessed switch cover up here. So very nice. I picked this up and started playing it. It was dirty. So it wasn't in the best of shape, but it just felt good. I tuned it, and then I played it for a half an hour and never had to retune it. The action is incredible. The neck is stable. The tuners are great. And I got this for less than $400 with a hard case. And it's turned out to be just a really great buy. Harder to find these days, the Godin. Affordable guitar that is just really, really, really fun to play. Like that. So that's one of my best buys of the year. Cool bridge too. It goes up and down, and it has rollers instead of the shark fin deals. The other guitar is my recent purchase, the G&L ASAT. Got that for less than $400 as well on reverb, and turned out to be a beautiful, beautiful guitar. May end up selling the Schecter PT just because either that or I have to get another wall hanger. All right, so cool buys of the year, 3 cool pedals, great Godin, and I thought it was fun because I went down to look at that Chapman, which was $900, and I'm willing to put out the money if it's a really good instrument that makes me feel like playing. But again, it just wasn't there. This is probably the 15th or 16th Chapman guitar I've played, and I know a lot of you out there have found them that you really, really love, and that's great. I'm so happy for you. They just don't ever connect with me. And I got this Canadian-made core for $3.99 with a hard case, and it's delightful too, and it's only 7.2 pounds, I believe. Super light. All right. Anyway, so check out my cardboard guitar stand video. Try to, if you can, support Guitar Center. I, for one, don't want to see them have to go. I don't want to have to start buying everything sight unseen. Plus, Guitar Center lets you try stuff for 45 days, and if you still don't like it, you can take it back. Where else are you going to find that kind of customer service? I don't think you're going to find it anywhere. So take care, everybody. Enjoy. We'll see you next time. Maybe we'll review that Black Star.